bright, shiny, cooling down January 1st. It's been in the 70s for the last few days. I actually looked at a minute ago and I saw something putting on green leaves. Unfortunately for that, we're gonna go into a cold spell, probably starting tonight or tomorrow, and we'll be flirting with freezing temperatures for the next few days. People have even at work have whispered about snow possibly in South Georgia. But anyway, there's no haul today. We're gonna do a decorate. We're gonna try to decorate this sideboard and my corner cabinet and the dining room table. Depending on the success of that video, we may decorate the rest over there, my cabinet, my old cabinet, and my console table by the front door, that kind of stuff. That hasn't been touched. I think I said in the last video, December 26th, I'm done with Christmas. I didn't take down Christmas on the 26th, but I did do it Sunday, which was, let's see, Christmas was on the Wednesday, Thursday was 26th, Friday was 27th, Saturday, 29th of December, we took down Christmas. I will tell you, there is something over there that might make noise while we're doing the video, and I'll go over there and show you. We've got 2 stowaways, and I'll introduce you to frickin' frack in a minute. Yeah, so I don't know where you're from, but down here all my life I've always heard on New Year's Day you can't sweep because you'll sweep away your luck, and you can't wash clothes because you may have a death in the family. It's superstitions. I still go by them though. I had the urge to sweep, but I let it go for just today. And then of course the eating. If you've ever known people to eat certain things on New Year's Day, one is black-eyed peas, and that's supposed to be for luck. Strangely enough, the hog jowl, smoked hog jowl, which is the bacon off of the jowl of the hog, it has that thick rind to it. I don't particularly care for it, but most people use it to season their black-eyed peas. That, strangely enough, is for health. And then of course you have a green for money. I don't do greens that much. I don't do collards and turnips and mustard. I will eat rutabagas, but only the roots. I do like cabbage. We don't have any. We may have some broccoli though for our greens. But I'm going over to eat with Dad today for lunch, and then tonight, you know, Jason will be home. He's gone helping his brother with a project, so we're gonna do this decorate while he's gone. And hopefully you'll like it, and hopefully I'll like it. I haven't done anything yet. We're going to take everything off and start kind of dusting everything. And we'll play around with what we got. What I've got on the table and what's here in the house and the boxes that was put up. When Thanksgiving came around, all the everyday stuff was put up. Thanksgiving was put out, and then Thanksgiving was put up. Christmas was put out, and now we're going to bring out the everyday stuff. So I don't necessarily decorate for winter. There's 1 or 2 things that may remind you of winter, but I don't necessarily decorate for winter. I don't decorate for Valentine's. So whatever we're putting up is going to be good for a month or 2, or until I find something at an estate sale I like and I want to change everything around for it. So we're going to get over there, show you who may make noise later. I think they're sleeping right now, so they're particularly cute when they're sleeping, and versus when they're up and yelling for something to eat. So I'll show you what I'm talking about, and then we'll try to get around to this decorating part. There's Oscar. His old little self just sleeping away. We still have some poinsettias out just for Christmas, but there is frickin' frack. They spent their first days here and locked up in Jason's bathroom, and their potty is still in the bathroom. We put them in there at night because they keep us up at night when they're yelling. But Jason, where he works, the maintenance shop, they had a stray cat wander up, and they started feeding her. And thank you for doing all that, she just drops 2 kittens on them. And around Christmas, they knew there wasn't going to be anybody at the shop for a few days, and it's cold in the shop. So I said, well, we'll bring the little one home because, you know, she was skinny. But I thought, well, why bring one, why bring both? Now we got 2 kittens here, and we're hoping they're not a permanent fixture, but at the same time, I'm not willing to just give them away to anybody. So we'll be looking for a good home for those 2. And no, they're not, Frick and Frack is not their names. One is Blaze, that big one there with his arm around the little one. That's Blaze because of a little orange stripe on his face. And the other one is Patches because it looks like he threw paint cans at it. Got all that color on it. So that's the introductions, and we'll get started with the decorating. Now, I'd be lying through my teeth if I said that I had not already done a dry run on this. I didn't think you'd want to see minutes of me standing here scratching my head trying to figure out what I was going to do. So I did take a dry run at only the table and the tri-corner cabinet. We haven't done the table yet, as you can see. Sorry, I'm going to flip you too fast. It's still pretty much covered. So I got to get all this off to get to the table to do what I'm going to do with the table. So let's see if we can get you pointed up here. So this is pretty much up the top here down to here is what we're going to do, and then we're going to do the top of this. So I am hoping that this microphone is going to work out. We bought these microphones a little while back. I don't use them very often, but since I'm going to be away from the phone, we're going to try this. So as you can tell, I've already dusted this and I've got my linen down. You know how I am about linen. I got plenty of it. And I chose this runner. It's not long enough to go off of either side, but that's fine with me. We're going to put something else on the table as well, because I want to uncover the table, show the wood a little bit. But I just want something fresh and clean looking right now. We are not delving off into jadeite or hazel atlas or anything of the spring colors. Oops, sorry. Just yet. Right now we're kind of sticking with the color palette of wood, white, clear, and a little bit of green. So we're going to get started, and I'll go ahead and do this, and then we're going to go over here and dust, because I haven't dusted it, and then we're going to try it on that one, okay? Gotta have a little Diet Coke. These things are a lifesaver. I have got these little minis. These are the 7.5 ounce. I've got the bigger cans, you know, the regular cans, and I've got the bottles. And this is just for a little quick pick-me-up. This is my guilty pleasure. I don't do coffee, but I do Diet Coke. So, as I said, we've already dusted, got our linen down. And what I try to do is we're doing something big in the middle, and I try to do something big on either side and then fill it in. So, this chicken I bought at an antique store years ago. It was an antique store that someone turned me on to because I was looking for the I call them blue ball jars, but they're ball jars in blue, the old canning jars that are blue. I was looking for some because we were going to use them at our wedding. And so someone said, I saw it at a place called the Land of Cotton. It was over in Dothan. It has closed its doors. It's been closed now for a little while. And I was very saddened because it is one of my favorite, or it was one of my favorite antique stores. But just going through one day, I was looking for a chicken, and I found this chicken there. I use it a lot. I've had it for years. Keep on using it. So we're going to put little Miss Mabel right there. So we got something big here. We're going to do something over here. So I remember that I had a few old cookbooks. Good Housekeeping, the Economics Cookbook. And I have this one. This one's not in very good shape. It's the Miro Cookbook. Excuse me, you can see it's about to come apart. The Miro Cookbook. So we're going to use these as risers. And because we're trying to keep anything red or colorful out, we're going to try to cover this one up, and we're just using it for the pages. Wooden box. And I want this to look like you're going to come in here, you know, you got done in the garden, and you're coming in here to eat lunch, and you're just going to come over here and get yourself a plate, get yourself something out of that. We're going to use this other cookbook here just for looks, just to show that it is a cookbook, but it is in pretty bad shape. So we're going to use we got some ironstone butter pats. That's just to hold this, because this potato masher is a little bit rounded on the end. This one's more flat, so it'll stand up pretty well. Now, what else are we looking for? So a little bit of green. We got green on this side. We're going to do a little bit, just a little pick. Probably came from Hobby Lobby. And it does, it reminds me, like right now, in the last few days, we've had like 70-degree weather, excuse me, can't talk. But it's the cold is coming. We've got a cold front moving through, actually starting tonight. They're even talking about, some people have even whispered snow might be a factor. But all the stuff that's gotten used to these 70-degree weather, here I am again, weather, they're putting out green stuff. They're greening up again. So when this front comes through, it's going to kill it. But this kind of reminds me of that green that's coming out right now. Everything's trying to fool itself into thinking it was spring for a few days. And it's going to catch heck in the next couple of days. So this is my favorite. It's my favorite person, my mom. But it's also my favorite frame that I have thrifted or bought it in a yard sale, I think, or a estate sale. So we're going to use that here. It's kind of weird to have pictures in the living room, but we're going to do it. And then my two, I bought these at Goodwill. I don't know. Let me see if you're actually getting a good look at them. They have a little gold on the rim. This one has a little pattern. The other one is just striped, ribbed, excuse me. It's got a little gold at the top of it as well. Now, one thing about, these were marked at $1.99, but they were orange labeled. And I had gotten a text message from Goodwill, because I'm a VIP member or whatever that is, saying that orange was half price. So I said, well, it's $1.99. I'll pay $1 each for them. Can't beat that. So we're going to put one here and one here. But when I got to the register, I was looking at their little screen, and it popped up as red, and it was going to charge me the whole price. And I asked the girl, I said, I thought that orange was half price. And she looked at it, and she said, yeah, I'm going to have to go in and change it. Because I was questioning it myself. I thought, well, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I think I can tell the difference between red and orange. But now, we're going to go ahead and dust this corner cabinet and start decorating it. And I'm just going to stop talking and just let you watch. And there we go. There's the tri-corner cabinet there. From there down. I really don't have anywhere else for that crock and those rolling pins to go, so they kind of stay there. I've gotten this done. Now the next thing is to work on this hot mess. So hold on for that. So I think I showed you going through the 3 choices that I was looking at for this table. And I think some of the times you find a small tablecloth that you really like, and you saw those 3 that I tried. This one is my favorite. I think of all the small tablecloths that I have, this one is my favorite. I love the detail. I love the needlepoint. I just like all of it. Even though it's round, I like that it's not kind of blocky on a square table or a rectangle table. So this is the one we're going with. And just because I don't have anywhere else for something this tall, and I don't want to put them in storage, we're going to put our lanterns, our kerosene lamps, back out here on the table. So that, and this, I bought this this utensil holder. I think I bought it at an antique store. I want to say I did. And I think it looks great. It's scuffed up. Yeah, I did buy it at an antique store. I think Backyard Treasures. It was like $4 or $5. It was cheap. And it's wood or faux wood, whatever you want to say. It is chippy, where it's been used well in its life. And I think it looks really well with the old silver. Oops, sorry. I don't mean to make so much noise, but so I like the way that it looks in that box, and I want to display it somehow. So this is the only way I can think of right now. But I didn't want it to be the focal point. I mean, it's nice, but I didn't want it to be the only thing I could put on the table. So I have tried with both platters that you can kind of see underneath it. But I think this one is too big, and it just covers up way too much. It is a Johnson Brothers ironstone platter. I think I did that at the Flea Across, or the 65-mile yard sale. This one came from the same yard sale, and it is a Dresden. Something on the bottom. semi-porcelain, excuse me. But it hides far less of the silver inside. So we're going to go with that. And let's see, what else did I have up here? Oh, again, continuing the pop of green. We're going to use this little, I had it out at Christmas. It came this way. It came from American Thrift for $2.99. So I like the paper, and I don't have anything really right now that I want to put it in to hide the paper. It's got a little twine on it. It's kind of cute. So we're going to put that up there. I'm going to use one of my stained up little pictures. And my new favorite candle, salt and pepper shakers. These. I'm going to go right there. And to finish it all off and kind of continue with, we have an old picture on the sideboard and we have an old picture up on the tri-corner counter. So I'm going to use this double over here in front of the lamps. So, trying to flatten it out a little bit. So I think I kind of like that, the way it looks. I did do a couple of changes. Excuse me. Let me get around here, pick you up. I did do a couple of changes. Let's just see it head on. I like the way that looks. It isn't too matchy, and got all the colors that I was aiming for in there. But I did do a couple of changes up there. I had that big white picture, and I thought I need that for somewhere else, and it just looked too big. So, and I had that little one right there on the edge I needed to do something with. So I put a riser on that one in the middle, and then just moved around and put that little one up there. And then I changed the pig, because the way I had it, you couldn't see the snout, and I didn't like that. So we changed that around, and I'm happier with it that way. So I liked the way this turned out. Didn't take me all afternoon either. Hold on. I see something that we need to move because it's bothering me. It's in my shot. And this. So that is how we decorate our dining room for, I guess I've said I've never do decoration just for winter, but these are winter colors, or I guess winter colors are white and brown. Everything's brown out there right now, except for what little is greening up with the warm days that we've had. And I do like these curtains. I think somebody said something about seeing these curtains in a better light. Let me close these blinds. Maybe you can see them better. I love them. They kind of remind me something I think they would look like 1940s material. And you can see they do pool on the floor. And if you're ever wondering, I do have 2 yardsticks there. And I think I've told this story before. Jason's grandmother used to use yardsticks to whip him with when she babysat, because my husband can be quite hard-headed still to this day. So I joke with him that I keep myself a sturdy yardstick there in the corner just to get a hold of him. I don't use them on him except for playing, but tap him on the butt every now and again. Certainly not abuse. And she certainly didn't abuse him, because I tell you, he's still hard-headed. She didn't beat it out of him. But that is our decorating video. And like I said before, depending on how successful this is, we may do a couple other parts of the house. So, hope you like it. Thanks for watching South Georgia Home. Please subscribe, recommend us, like us, leave a comment, all that other stuff. So until next time, thank you for watching.